Good afternoon. I'm Gary Vaden. I'm an admission counselor for the College of Continuing Studies. We'd like to welcome you this afternoon to the question and answer session we have for the Masters of Social Work program. I have Dr. Sebrena Jackson, who's also joined us. Dr. Jackson, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, Gary, for hosting the Q&A session. I am Dr. Sebrena Jackson. I'm the MSW Program Director here at the University of Alabama School of Social Work, and I'm delighted to have an opportunity to answer questions about our program.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. We're going to go ahead and get started with those questions that are coming in through the chat box. I will read the questions, and then Dr. Jackson's going to answer those questions. Some of the questions may be more on the side that I need to answer, and I will be happy to assist with those questions as well. The first question we have is, I do not have a bachelor's in social work. Can I still apply to the program?
Great question. Yes, you can. We do have a specific program. Our 60-hour or our traditional program is designed specifically for students who have a bachelor's degree in an area other than social work. And that bachelor's degree can be in any area, criminal justice, psychology, just education, any area, as long as it's from an accredited school, students can apply to our 2-year program.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And our next question, can you please tell us about skills labs, including the frequency and the location students are able to attend?
Yes, I'm happy to. Our skills labs are actually one of the unique things about our MSW program and really separates us from other online MSW programs. Skills labs give students an opportunity to, the only time in the program other than orientation, where students have an opportunity to come together physically, face-to-face, in a location that's conveniently located for that student to interact and to develop specific and demonstrate specific social work skills. Those skills labs are held once a month on average, so 4 times in the semester students are asked to meet face-to-face with an instructor and a group of students while they're taking a practice class. Those labs are located in locations across the state of Alabama. We have labs here in Tuscaloosa. We have a lab in Montgomery, one in Birmingham, Huntsville, Mobile, Gadsden, and I think I mentioned Montgomery, but just want to be sure, here in the state of Alabama. But we also have labs outside of the state of Alabama for students who are located nationally. We have a lab that's located in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have a lab that's also located in Jackson, Mississippi. And those 2 labs, the Atlanta and the Jackson, Mississippi lab, follow a different program model in that the students attend physically face-to-face 2 times, lab 1 and lab 4, and then the other 2 times those students attend that lab virtually. So if students elect to choose the Atlanta or Jackson, Mississippi lab, they only have to travel 2 times in that semester. So that becomes really convenient for students who have to come from long distances to participate in the lab. But it definitely is one of the highlights of our program.
Could you explain how field placements work, and does a student need to live in Alabama? Oh,
that's another great question. I'll say field experience is considered the signature pedagogy of social work, which really means that it's an opportunity for students to get a chance to practice all the knowledge that you gain in the classroom. You actually get an opportunity to actually apply it in a social service agency environment under the supervision of a professional social worker. So it's really the highlight of your social work educational experience. We do have a dynamic field team that works with students to prepare you for the field placement experience. There's an application process that you'll learn a lot more about as you come to our on-campus orientation. They also have a website. If you go to our School of Social Work website, there's a specific area for field, and it has just tons and tons of information that students frequently ask questions that students have about the field placement process. You're able to gain lots of information there. And those students are not required to live in the state of Alabama. The field office places students within a 60-mile radius of where they live. So we have students that live in New York and California and just all over the country. And so the field office will place you wherever you live. They'll work with you to find an agency that meets our criteria. And so again, because our program is a national program, we have students and graduates located all over the country, in addition to international placements as well. So something to keep in mind as you're considering field.
How long does it take to complete the 60-hour program?
The 60-hour program, if a student attends the program full-time, it's 2 years. We do have a part-time option that would, of course, extend that time. But traditionally, if a student follows our program of study that's been outlined, it will take 2 years to complete. They have 1 year, what we call their foundation year, where they're learning about social work as a profession. And then the second year is their concentration year. And there's a field placement at each year. So at the end of the foundation year, there's a field placement, and then another field placement at the end of the second year. So it's a two-year program.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And could you tell us how long it takes to complete the Advanced Standing program?
Sure. The Advanced Standing program is designed for students who already have a bachelor's degree in social work from a Council on Social Work Education accredited school. And because those students come to us with the foundation knowledge with a degree in social work already, they only complete their concentration year. So essentially students can graduate in a year from start to finish. And it's roughly about 3 semesters that a student can take. So it is advanced, it's pretty fast-paced, but it's designed for students who already have that foundation knowledge and that bachelor's degree in social work. So again, if you start our program in the summer, by the following May, you're graduating from our program.
Our next question wants to know, can a person work full-time and still complete the program?
That's a really good question. It's one that we get quite often. And I always say to students, is really, it's an individual kind of decision. I will say that graduate school is challenging, but students have to make the best decision based upon their own personal family responsibilities. We do have students that do move forward in our program and they work full-time jobs because they figured out a way to balance graduate level coursework and full-time jobs. But it is a challenge, but it does work, and it is possible. I think time management becomes really key in that process, and it also, just kind of figuring out how to balance work and school and family responsibilities. It's doable, but I think it just takes a lot of time and preparation so that you're aware of what the schedule requires. And of course, if it's at all possible to reduce your workload to less than a full-time workload, that's always a wonderful thing for students, but we realize that that's not always, the reality of everyone. So again, I say it's doable. It's a lot of work. It's a challenge, but we do have students who are successful at working full-time and doing our program.
Thank you so much. Our next question wants to know, when will admission decisions be made?
We really work hard to make admissions decisions fairly quickly. And so our admissions committee starts to review applications. As soon as the deadline ends, the admissions committee starts to review those applications. And we really work hard to have a quick turnaround. At most, we say 4 to 6 weeks, but we try to turn it around, the decisions around even quicker than that, because we know students have to plan and prepare to start the program. So again, the decisions are made fairly quickly, but we ask students to give us 4 to 6 weeks to make those decisions. And if you haven't heard from us, you can always reach out to me directly, or you can reach out to our registrar, Heather Sullivan, to get an update on your application status.
And our next one wants to know, what happens if an application is not complete by the application deadline?
Well, if the application is not complete by the deadline, we will consider the application, but we require, before it can go to our admissions committee, your application has to be complete. What's the difference, or the main point in not having everything completed by the application deadline, is only students who have their information complete by the application deadline will be considered for internal scholarships. And so, the student would miss out on that opportunity for scholarships, but they may not necessarily miss out on the opportunity of getting a decision about their status in the program. So I would encourage you, if you missed the deadline but you started the process, I would encourage you to complete, get the rest of those documents in. Also email me or email Heather Sullivan, again, the registrar here in the School of Social Work, to give us a heads up that you're still interested in being admitted for that particular semester, so that we can really look for your documents and have the committee kind of on standby that your documents are coming. So again, it's not too late if it's not fully completed, but we just, of course, you have to just move as quickly as you can so that it's not too far past the deadline.
Could you explain to us how the tests work for the distance program?
Sure. In our MSW program, I'll say, because social work is really heavy into writing, we don't offer as many tests throughout our courses in terms of the traditional tests that you would think about from undergraduate. There are quizzes in the courses, and not all courses, but in many of the courses there are quizzes. But most of the courses are really heavy when it comes to writing, whether that's in discussions or papers, those kinds of things. But when there is a quiz, you're able to take that quiz online. Most of the quizzes are also timed, so you'll have a certain time that you're able to enter. You're able to begin the quiz, and then a certain time that the quiz has to end. But it doesn't require any special proctoring, or you don't have to come to campus or go to a different location to take a quiz. You can do it from, as long as you have your computer and internet access, you're able to go into the course and complete the quiz from whatever location is convenient for you.
Thank you. And our final question this afternoon is orientation required or optional? Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. One of my favorite, I always say to students at orientation, I have two favorite times of the semester. One is orientation, which is my opportunity as program director to meet all the students. My second favorite time of the semester is graduation. So orientation is mandatory. Graduation attendance is optional, although I strongly encourage it, so the students come and celebrate and allow their families to celebrate them. But orientation is the only time that we mandate that students, or we require that students come to campus. And we think that's really important for a number of reasons. It's an opportunity for you to meet the cohort, your cohort. You know, it's the one time that you get a chance to come face to face with the entire group of students who are admitted at the same time that you are. And we understand in social work that building relationships and establishing those relationships is really important. And we realize as a faculty that's important to your success as a student, because you'll need the connection with your peers to really, and that community with your peers to be successful in the program. Orientation is also important, we believe, to students, is because you also get an opportunity to meet faculty and staff face to face. And there are some things that you need to know about the program to ensure that you're successful that really just works best, we believe, if you get that information in an environment face-to-face with our faculty and our staff, whether that's about field education, opportunities for your professional development, learning about the systems that we use, those kinds of things. So orientation is required. You know, we do, and students who come, and the feedback that we've gotten from students that have been through orientation is that they're happy that they came, and it really got them excited about the program, and they love the opportunity to meet other students and our faculty and staff. So again, it's the one time that we require that you come to campus, and so it's not optional.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson, for the great information. I'm going to put Dr. Jackson and my contact information up on the screen so that you can reach out to us with other questions that you may have in regards to the Masters in Social Work program. We'll be more than happy to assist you with any questions you have or help you with the processes of applying and moving forward with the application process for the Masters in Social Work program. Dr. Jackson, do you have any closing statements you would like to make?
Sure. I'd just like to say to the prospective students, thank you so much for your interest in our MSW program. We'd love to have you as a part of our School of Social Work family. We're excited about the work that we're doing and the opportunities that we have to prepare students to receive their master's degree in social work. If you've done your research, you know that social work is one of the fastest growing careers across a number of careers. And so it's a good time to consider an MSW, and especially an MSW from a nationally ranked program like ours, and the opportunity to do that from the comfort of your own home through the distance program also presents a great opportunity for students as well. So feel free to reach out to me directly if you have questions, or reach out to Gary, or I encourage you to explore our School of Social Work website. There's information about faculty members, staff, and other resources. I encourage you just to get to know us. And again, we'd love to have you in the program. So we look forward to seeing you at orientation.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. And thank you all for joining us this afternoon. We're so excited about the number of people who are interested in this program, and we want to help you be successful in your choices as well. Again, my name is Gary Vaden, and my contact information is also on the screen along with Dr. Jackson. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us with additional questions that you may have, and we'll be happy to assist you. Have a great afternoon, and roll tide.
Roll tide.